Do I look tired? Because my face feels tired and I'm tired. Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. And with that being said, if you guys enjoy this video and you want more BMX news like this one and you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And now let's get into the video. The first thing that I want to talk about, or actually there's a couple things that don't really fall into the categories that I normally talk about. So I'm going to talk about those first. And the first one of those is that BMX Union is back. There's a write-up on BMX Union about it, which means that I'm going to be using BMX Union for all of my pictures like you see on whichever side of me that they're on right now. And yeah, pretty much that's all there really is to say about that one. I'm not really sure what's going on with Ride right now. I just know that they haven't posted anything in the past week or so. Not really sure. And I know that Kurt is uploading stuff back on BMX Union, which is a lifesaver for this week's video because I thought there wasn't going to be one, or I was going to have to do some crazy research online to find all of the things that I needed to talk about. Luckily, BMX Union is back posting stuff, so here's your news video thanks to BMX Union this week. And after that, we've got the news that Pumped BMX Pro is out now, and it's out on Xbox, Steam, and Nintendo Switch. Don't get this confused with the Trail Boss game, which I totally did at first. This is Pumped BMX Pro. So basically, it's like a better version of Pumped BMX, I guess you could say. And if you watch the video linked in the description, you'll see that it's Pumped BMX, but on your Xbox or on your computer or on your Nintendo Switch. It looks good. It's $14.99 on Steam. I haven't checked for Xbox or Nintendo Switch yet. I'm assuming it's the same, but it's also on sale on Steam for $11.99 right now as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up or not yet. I might, and I might do some live streams if that's something you'd be interested in. Let me know in the comments. But that's really all there is to say about that, I guess. You can watch the video and see if it's something you might be interested in the description down below, where there will also be links to everything else that I talk about today in the order that I talk about it. After that, we've got some support that is needed for Anthony Flores. He's been in BMX forever, I'm pretty sure, although I don't know as much as I should about him. I just know that he's been in the hospital for a month or over a month with some issues with his pancreas, so he needs a little bit of support from us to help him get by. The GoFundMe had an initial goal of $5,000, which they're way over right now, so it's awesome that everyone banded together in 2 days to reach over $7,000 for him. So just keep it going if we can and help him out as much as possible. And that brings us into sponsorship news. So we're to the normal stuff that I talk about in BMX news. The first thing here is the news that Agus, Gutierrez, and Jayden Mucha are now on Kink's AM team. They were on the Flow team, but they've been bumped up to the AM team. There wasn't really any videos or anything to go along with it other than the picture that you're seeing on the screen right now. Then after that, we had the news that Lewis Mills is now on Monster. Not Monster Army, he's on the real Monster, if that's a thing. But yeah, that's the last thing in sponsorship news to talk about this week, so we can move into the videos. So the first video I want to talk about this week should actually go in the interview section, but I just got done watching it, and I know that I'm going to put it in the title of the video, so I'm going to talk about it right now. And that is a video with Brock Horneman. It's from Monster Army, and it's called Brock Horneman is on the Radar. Basically, he sits down and he's talking to the camera about himself and his plans and his ambitions with YouTube and all of this different stuff, all while there's some riding clips intertwined with that. And I personally didn't know anything about Brock before watching this video, and I didn't really know about his riding or anything like that. He's from Australia, and he's another one of those absolutely insane Australian riders doing some of the most crazy stuff ever. I don't even know how to describe it. The clip I remember seeing that stands out to me is a flare bar spin to manual 180, and I'm pretty sure he does a fakie trick out on a quarter pipe. Seems like another one of those dudes that can literally do anything he wants, anywhere he wants. So if you guys are interested and you guys like that Australian insanity type riding, you can check that one out in the description down below. The next video I want to talk about this week is from Dig BMX, and it's with Clint Reynolds, and it's a video called Home from Home. Clint lived in Austin, Texas for 10 years or more, and he recently moved up to New York where he built those bowls and all of that craziness up there. So this video is from sessions where Clint was back visiting Austin. There's a ton of trails and skate parks and some sort of driveway ramp that looks insane in here. So if you guys are a fan of Clint or his riding, you're definitely going to enjoy this one. Then after that, we had a video called I'm Milwalkin here, and this one's from Sunday, and it's featuring some B-Cave dudes taking a trip out to Milwaukee and riding with some of the Milwaukee locals. Then after that, we've got a video with John Nelson from Fit. It's called John Nelson in California 2019. And since there weren't very many videos this week to talk about, there's another one that I want to talk about, and that is Darrell Tacos 2019 cinematography reel. Darrell Tacos is one of the nicest dudes I've met. He's a super lip lord shredder and a fantastic videographer. So I just wanted to include this in here and give him a little bit more than the 21 views that are on this video when I clicked it up. It deserves way more than that. So if you guys want to appreciate some really great camera work and cinematography with BMX clips mixed throughout the entire thing, I'm sure Darryl would be psyched for you guys to take a look at this video. And that's it for videos this week. We do have one bike check to talk about, and that comes from Semcock and Fly BMX. After that, we've got a bunch of product stuff to talk about this week. The first thing that I want to talk about here is the new Stranger Ballast Evo frame set. So basically what this is a frame with the exact same geometry as their Ballast LTD frame, but with a tapered head tube. So it has a normal size headset bearing on the top, but it has to have a 1.5 inch headset bearing on the bottom. You might recognize this design from dirt jumper frames. It's something that's been widely adopted in that world, but this is the first time that we're seeing it in regards to BMX, at least from what I'm aware of. And it's supposed to increase the strength and stiffness of the front end of the bike, because with this tapered head tube comes a tapered fork design as well, which means that where the bearing race is on the fork is bigger, which is probably what's supposed to lead to the increase in strength and stiffness. So only time will tell on this one. I personally fall under the opinion that no matter what happens with this or how much stronger it is, because it was Stranger that did it, it will be less likely to catch on than if it was some other huge name company that are widely accepted and respected within BMX, because BMX riders are the way that they are, and no matter how great this product actually is, it's less likely to catch on because of all of the controversy that surrounded Stranger in the past. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I don't want this to catch on. This is just my opinion of what might happen because of the way that BMX riders are and how closed-minded they can sometimes be. And don't try to deny it, because we all know that we're closed-minded sometimes. So as I said, the dimensions on this one are exactly the same as their Ballast LTD frame, but I'll list through them anyways right now. The head tube is 75.5 degrees with a 70-degree seat tube angle. The rear end is 12.8 inches slammed to 13.1 inches. The bottom bracket height is 11.5 inches. The standover height is 9 inches with a dropout that is 8 millimeters thick, and it's a 14 millimeter investment cast with an integrated chain tensioner. Then we have integrated headset types. Even though this is bigger on one side, it's still integrated. We've got mid bottom brackets, and this is actually a brakeless frame, so I definitely won't be trying it anytime soon because you all know that I run brakes. So it's going to be interesting, and I'd really be interested in hearing what you guys think in the comments down below about this frame and fork combo. I didn't see anything about price on here, so I'm not sure about that. After that, I want to talk about this new stem that came out from Subrosa. It's called the Upload stem. It's a top load stem and it's made from 6000 series aluminum. It's got a 48 millimeter reach, a 36 millimeter rise. It's got a 29.5 millimeter stack height, and it's a 50 millimeter wide stem. It weighs 11.9 ounces, and for the black or polished version of the 3 colors that it comes in, it's $41.99, and then the camouflage splatter version is $56.99. And what I think's so cool about this stem, as you can see in the picture on whatever side of me that it's on, is the Subrosa logo that is on the side of the stem. It's super cool looking, and it's something that would probably make any stem that is CNC'd from a block of aluminum cost a lot more, but because this stem is cold forged, they can keep that price down. I'm not 100% sure how this affects the strength. I think that CNC'd stems are stronger. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But either way, this stem looks super awesome. We had a sneak peek at Dennis Enarson's plastic Haro SD pedals, which will be coming out spring of this year. Then we had a promo video from Cult for their new goods, which is basically a promotional video for the new colorways that are coming out for their products, as they've been doing quite regularly lately. Then we had 2 new colorways in some Vans shoes. First, we had a Scotty Kramer colorway on the Skate High Pro, and then we have a Kevin Peraza colorway on the Old School Pro shoe. We had a second product sneak peek this week. This time it was on some new colorways of tall order frames. Corey Bowen is getting a gray 315 frame. Maddie Kramer is getting a yellow 215 V2 frame, and Kieran Riley is getting a pink 187 V2 frame. The last product related thing that I have to talk about this week is a quick promo video for Primo's Turbo pedal. This is Connor Keating's signature pedal, and it's something that I've talked about before, but I really couldn't find any information about when it was dropping or anything really. And now I think that these pedals are available. At least you can go to the website and add some to your cart. I haven't ordered any to know, but what is cool about these pedals, and what I never noticed until I read the description on them, is that the pedal itself and the body of the pedal actually covers most of the tightening part, like the spindle on the pedal where it has the surface for a pedal wrench. It actually covers that so that there is surface area going almost all the way to the crank arm, which I'm sure helps for things like crank arm grinds and just other stuff where you're using your pedal and where that gap could affect you. So I never noticed this, and it's definitely awesome, and it's kind of one of those no-brainer things. It's like, how did someone not do this before? Definitely cool to see this one coming out from Primo and for Connor Keating. Then the last thing that I have to talk about this week is the only thing to talk about in the interviews portion, and that is another Unclicked podcast from Dennis Enarson. This time it's with JJ Palmere, someone who I admittedly don't know as much as I should about. I probably need to listen to this podcast, which I haven't had time to do yet. I definitely plan on catching up with all of these Unclick podcasts, especially the Garrett Reynolds one that we talked about last week. It seems like they're doing well, and it seems like people are hyped on them, so I'm definitely psyched to check them out. And I think that's the last thing that I have to talk about this week. As usual lately, I'm going to refresh the page where I see these things. No, I lied. I definitely lied. Okay, so there is a new FBM Paradigm frame that just came out, which I am clicking on and I'm going to read about right now. So it's a new frame with a 75.5 degree head tube angle, a 71 degree seat tube angle. It's got an 11.7 inch bottom bracket height with a 9-inch standover, a 12.625 inch chainstay whenever it's slammed, and it has a 5-inch head tube, which also seems to be somewhat of a trend in BMX lately. It's got a wishbone chainstay design, which can accept tires up to 2.5 That's insane, and that is a monster truck at this point. It comes in 20.5, 20.75, 21, and 21.25, and it comes in 2 different colors, blue vein, three colors. It comes in blue vein, translucent black, and copper, and this is a completely brakeless frame. So it looks like FBM has joined the short rear end responsive geometry trends that have been going as of late, and it's kind of cool to see. So I'm sure there's going to be some people psyched to get their hands on this frame. Let's see, there was actually something else that I wanted to talk about in here. There was another video in the Please Be Kind and Rewind series. This one is with Corey Martinez and Seth Kimbrough, which I know a few of you are going to be psyched about. I don't know anything because I haven't clicked on it yet, but there's another product related thing as well. This is Cult's Spring 2019 soft goods. Believe it or not, spring is actually coming, which I am extremely excited for. So now that unfinished BMX news video on my part is done, that's gonna wrap up this week's BMX news. If you did enjoy the video and you want more BMX news videos just like this one, hit the subscribe button down below. I come out with this BMX news video every Friday. Then I have a BMX tips and tricks video every Tuesday with other types of riding videos and streams throughout the week. I want to thank you guys for being here and watching. I want to thank BMX Union for starting back up and giving us a BMX news video to talk about this week. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.